What up, rough leaders? Welcome back to my channel. This is Rahman's turn. This neck of the woods we just passed the Banks DIH factory, Thirst Park, and this is Rahman's Park. And we want to see what's happening here in Rahman's Park. These buildings seem newer, but they have been basically renovated, and this small park is referred to as Rahman's Park. Now this is an older neighborhood on a small spit of land between the northbound and southbound lanes of East Bank Highway. This is the East Bank Highway heading down to Georgetown. That means heading north, and on the other side is the highway heading south. And this land, it's a triangular bit of land, is part of Rahman's Park, and on the other side also Rahman's Park. On the the west side of the highway, still some industrial zone, Meadow Bank. But this is what's happening here at Rahman's Park on the east bank of Demerara, and I just want to show you this neck of the woods and what's happening in the new developments here on the east bank, South Georgetown. Further up the road in the distance, that's Eccles, that's Houston. Right, we're entering the Houston area, what you call that, division. And eventually I suppose you get to Eccles and all the communities on the East Bank. But here, just wanted to show you Rahman's Park, this neck of the woods, and some of the new buildings, the new construction. Now the government has been also changing the highway building, in this case a divided highway. This is an island, a triangular island, and I guess this is going to be a huge billboard. The other side is Rahman's Park. Which we'll try to take a closer look at. So as you can see, newer buildings being built. This neighborhood is actually quite old. It's not a recent neighborhood. This is an older neighborhood, but as you can see, some of the buildings have been recently renovated and made bigger. This one, for example, is a recently renovated building. Made larger, and in the style, let's see, I think this style is reminiscent of South Florida, right? Somewhere in Coral Gables, the American South. And these were the original buildings before. In that case, you have, on that building, you have the ceramic tile roofs, whereas in this buildings you have the corrugated zinc roofs from original construction. But this is Rahman's Park. We're going to take a closer look at this neck of the woods and show you what changes have been happening here in this neck of the woods. So apparently this is also a gated community. The sign says no trespassing, private property, residents and authorized persons only. So we're not gonna challenge that later on we're going to get some permission to make videos in this neighborhood. But here we are at the entrance to Rahman's Park, and behind, of course, is Digar Park in this neck of the woods. As we head on up the east coast, the village of Houston. Right, Houston Village, and that major complex on the other side of the road, that's Gafour's. On this side, Rahman's Park and Digar Park, and on the other side, Gafour's and Meadow Bank. There's also some new, there you go, some newer businesses moving into this neck of the woods. Guyana Shore Base is also part of the oil and gas industry now. Here you are, gated, this is gated community. B&N Enterprises. So in this neck of the woods you have Gafour's Super Center. That's their equivalent, another equivalent of Home Depot in the USA, Rona in Canada, where they sell, it's a large hardware center that sells home goods and so on. Just want to go around this side so I can take a closer look at Rahman's Park. So guys, you might not be able to take a walk inside Rahman's Park and Digar's Park, but we can see the outer perimeter. These are the mega mansions that are being built or have been built in this neck of the woods, right? These are mansions inside of Rahman's Park, which you can see from the outside. And I suppose I need some permission to film to video on the inside, but for now we can take a look over the wall. From this point they've built a higher wall over on this side. Right, that's Rahman's Park and Digar Park further in. On Good Friday here in Georgetown, Guyana. That's what's happening in this neck of the woods. On the other side, Houston Estates, and all this land, I suppose, is going to be redeveloped or developed. This is an industrial zone, I suppose. There are a number of shipping containers. A lot of the oil and gas industry is moving into this neck of the woods, but just wanted to show you another side of Georgetown, South Georgetown. This is Rahman's Park, and beyond it, Digar's Park. It is a private neighborhood community it's a gated community. Right in this end you can see that the high fence goes all the way around and continues around the entire neighborhood. But we will get some permits and be able to show you some of these new developments here in South Georgetown, in this case on the East Bank, and places like Rahman's Park and Digar's Park, private neighborhoods. So guys, that's what's happening in this neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, you want to see the changes happening in Georgetown, Guyana, the fastest growing country in the world right now, with more than 50% growth. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Subscribe to this channel and let people know what's happening here in Georgetown, Guyana. Later!